April, on behalf of Parat Vitet Panya Kun, the abbot of this Buddhapadipa temple, and all the venerable monks, we are here to do this evening chanting. And also welcome our meditation practitioners, those who have registered and dedicated your valuable time to practice meditation for 5 days. In our tradition, practice of a chanting is also the part of the meditation in order to break our emotions as well as our awareness, rather than just focusing on purely all the sensations and the feelings sometimes can be very overwhelming. And the chanting is, in a way, it helps us to break that feelings and changes us to be more subtle and more softer. We as a human beings, we are a psychological being, and we are affected by the way we brought up and the way we are living our life. And oftentimes when we look at deep into our own self, we always feel very vulnerable, insecure, and there is a fear of our own self. As a result, when we look at ourselves, we're always seeking for someone, somebody, some way to take a refuge. And after we have taken that refuge, we feel some form of a comfort, some form of a relief. Now, which is, I believe it's because the way we are brought up. When we were a child, we were looked after by our parents. When we were unable to walk, our parents helped us how to walk. And we always were taught to do something by somebody. And with that, throughout the time, we always rely on somebody to whether to walk or whether to learn or whether to grow ourselves. So with that, slowly but steadily and strongly, our consciousness has been formed in such a way that we always look for some security or a refuge, which is the reason when we take a refuge on something, somebody, we feel much relief. And even if we don't believe anything, just even looking at the sky and thinking that, oh my goodness, even that small gesture, we feel relief. Similarly, which is the reason why there is a concept of somebody out there waiting to help us. And we strongly believe that looking at that person or that being and praying or worshiping, it will help us. And psychologically it does, but for the temporarily. And which is the reason Buddha said that those refuges, Buddha didn't deny, but said that it's not the path to lead the liberation. Whereas when we do these prayers, these chantings, it's not a form of worship. It's not a form of a prayer, but it's a reflection and also submission of ourselves towards the knowledge, and that's the knowledge of the knowing. So when we pay respect to the Buddha and Dhamma and the Sangha, we are not respecting as something, somebody out there, but as a guide, as a teacher, as a pathfinder, and the one who has shown the path. Following this path, countless beings, countless people have walked and liberated themselves. And this path helping us to understand the suffering that we all face and overcome from that suffering. So taking a refuge onto the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha is not something that we take simply to gain the instant result or a temporal relief, but it's a journey that we take that leads us to find the real true nature of ourselves and then the reality. So when we do the chanting as a result, it's something that resonates to us, to our own heart, and a break away from all the emotions and feelings that really grudge us and holding us. As we do the chanting, it helps us to release all those emotions and feelings and feel freedom from it, even just for the temporarily. But if we do really understand the meaning, then that really another level that we can resonate and practice and apply in our day-to-day life to overcome the suffering. And the suffering, according to and also the reality, I believe, and no one is free. We have various types of problems and the sufferings that we face, whether the physical sufferings or whether the mental suffering. And oftentimes we spend a lot of time concentrating on the physical sufferings, which is the reason we become very careful of what we eat, how we sleep, how we live our life, so that we can have a healthy life, healthy body. But very few people, or very little, we spend time on our mental well-being, and which is sad. And actually, this mental being is one of the key to be happy or not to be happy in our life. By practicing the Dhamma in Buddhism is to find that mental well-being. And doesn't mean that once you have done straight away, you will be free from that difficulties or problems. It will take time. Sometimes can take a long, long time. Another time we just fail, which is the reason why mindfulness meditation is so important, that we able to recognize these mental states and how we are thinking and what's going on. If we can be mindful of it, we will be able to deal with that. Otherwise, we can't deal with, and we become a victim of it. Like today, this morning, we have a very sad story happened in our center, in our monastery here. One of the members died, sadly. I don't want to go to the detail how he died, but it's a sad story. But from the information I gathered, that he was very troubled and under the influence of alcohol for a long time, until he turned up to the monastery, and the monastery adopted him. And he was living here and gradually changed his behavior. And he was beginning to learn the meditation and the chanting, and his behavior was beginning to change. But somehow his mindset wasn't that strong to be mindful of his thoughts. As a result, he could not stay any longer. He could not bear this thought that's conflicting in his own mind. So that's how he ended his life. So it's a sad story. So that's why mindfulness practice is so key, so important that we should learn, and this skill will help to deal when we come across with such a chatter mind begins in our hearts and minds. So take this opportunity as a result. Tonight's this for the second part of the chanting. We are going to do this Abhidhamma chanting, dedicating to this our member who was living here with us in this monastery. His name is Danas Urbonavicius, born in 1975 from Lithuania. So we will be dedicating this merit to him. All the merits that we have accumulated throughout this afternoon through the practice of a meditation, as well as other merits that we have accumulated throughout the time. We will remember his great work and his soul, and with this chanting, may his soul attain the comfortable new journey in the future lifetime, life existence. So with this, let's do the chanting, the Abhidhamma chanting. I am not sure whether you have, maybe in that book,